All right, welcome to Agent Prep with Lillie Hendy. Remember to tap that subscribe button and click the little bell so you get notified every time I post a new video, and go ahead and like this video. Exam on the state questions. We are on exam number 2. We finished the 30 questions in exam 1, and if you'd like to review them, you can go to the previously recorded videos. I was writing the questions down at the start of class. At this one, because of the challenges today with Facebook, I did not write them, okay, on the introduction of starting out. Okay, so we left off with, let's see here. Today we're starting with question 104 on page 199. Okay, and then the answers are on page 207. Okay. And again, thank you guys for attending, and I hope that it is helping you out. And I'm sure that it is. I've had 2 people pass already this past weekend, and I mean, they were doing a lot of studying. However, attending the class, you know, help them out some. So question number, wow, we were already on exam number 2 on question 104, because it starts, I can't believe we did that many questions. Hold on. Exam number 2, number 90. Yeah, I guess on the first day, on the 14th, we did 9 or 10 questions. Yep, 104. Oh, page 199. All right. Well, maybe not. Page 105, 200. All right, question 104. It says the buyer, let's see, can you all see it? I have to pull it up. The buyers want to offer $275,000. So change your hats from national hat to a state hat. Okay? So the buyers want to offer $275,000 for a resale house by paying $150,000 in cash as at closing, and pay the seller monthly interest payments of $625 for 2 years. At the end of the 2 years, the buyers will pay the final $625 interest payment and the outstanding principal amount of $125,000. In preparing the offer to purchase using the Texas Real Estate Commission, known as TREC, promulgated form, the buyer's agent will do what? Okay, so what's it asking for? Buyer wants to offer $275,000 for a resale house, and they will pay $150,000 cash, and the remainder, so if they subtract $150,000 from $275,000, that leaves us with what? $125,000, right? And they're going to pay seller monthly interest payments only. So that means at the end of that 2 years, they're still going to owe $125,000. Okay? And they will be paying $625 interest every single month. So in preparing the offer to purchase the with TREC promulgated forms, what does the buyer agent have to do? Right. A, write the details of the 2-year interest only loan in special provisions, paragraph 11, since it deals with the business details of the transaction. B, use the 1 to 4 family contract paragraph 4 and the seller financing addendum to define the proposed financing arrangements. C, call the listing agent for instructions on how the seller wants to set up the business details of the transaction. D, write it as a cash offer with details of seller carryback defined in a separate agreement that will be drawn by the seller's attorney at closing. So remember, oh boy, Oh boy, my phone is about to die. And oh, this is another challenge because I don't have a cord that so hold on guys, I have a stand where I put my phone to charge. Oh, how am I gonna do this? Oh, I tell you, I swear. Today's been a busy, crazy day. Okay, let's see here. I've got to make some adjustments. So hold on, be patient while I remove the phone from the stand that I'm using. Okay, and let's see, how am I gonna do this here? Okay. This, however, oh, well, let's see. That's not gonna work very good because you're looking at the bottom. Okay, now it's on my charging stand, but now I have to, I'm gonna have to keep the phone on my hand while it's charging. So I may I may end up moving the phone. Okay, guys, it's been a crazy day. All right, so let's see who answered. Annabelle said 104B. So let's go to the answers, okay, so that everyone can see a complete explanation. All right. So 104B is the answer. You're correct, Annabelle. Oh, shoot. Okay, I'm having to hold my charger and my phone, okay, with my left hand. Okay, 104B. Texas Real Estate Commission Rule 5537.11 requires that promulgated forms be used by licensees with limited exceptions. This scenario does not meet one of the authorized exceptions. So they don't write this on the special provisions section 11 because why? There is a form that can be used. So if there's an available form that we can use, then that's what will be provided. So the buyer's agent must use the TREX contract, the 1-4 contract, and the seller financing addendum promulgated by TREC. Okay, so 104 is B. Very good. And I should be ambidextrous here. 104. I'm not necessarily ambidextrous. Could have another hand. Okay, 104B. Very good. Nabel and Vernica. All right, number 105. Okay, years ago when I started and I didn't know, Facebook didn't have the sharing of screen. This is how I would do it, but at that point I had a tripod and the TV screen was further away where I would project it from my computer, right? Okay, 105. Oh, that's the answers. Okay, 105. Jessica owns a rental property that is rented to a tenant and in which her husband has no ownership interest. Jessica wants to sell the property. Who is required by Texas law to sign the listing agreement and the deed? So in the state of Texas, even if it's not joined by both of them, what do they have to do? A, so the listing agreement and the deed would be what, signed by who? A, Jessica. B, Jessica, her husband, and the tenant. C, both Jessica and her husband. D, both Jessica and the tenant. So what the heck do the tenants have to do with them owning a property to sell? No, right? So it's not the tenant. It's whoever owns the property and something else. Okay, Veronica says A. Jessica. Anybody else? Annabelle says 105C. Okay. Anybody else? Leonena. So is it two persons, Leo and Nena Avila? So it says 105A. Anybody else? There are 11 of you watching, so more of you can participate. We probably lost a few people, a couple of people, since they don't need the state, maybe. Okay, Nicole says 105C. So we have 2 A's and 2 C's. Let's go to 105A. Only Jessica must sign since it is her separate property and not the residence of her husband. Okay, I need to make a correction here. So it says a title company may, as a condition of insuring the title to a new owner, require Jessica's husband to sign an affidavit that clearly declares that he has no ownership interest in the property. So in the state of Texas, even though they don't both own the property, the husband is going to have to sign. The title company is going to require for the husband to sign unless the husband signs an affidavit that clearly states that he has no ownership. Okay? So title companies are going to be very careful about that and require both to sign. Even though the contract may say no, or the law, it is going to require. So the answer here is A is correct. However, as you can see here, a title company may, as a condition of insuring the title to a new owner, because they're going to provide insurance, right? Title insurance. They may require both parties, but legally, only the person is supposed to sign, the owner. Okay, but they say in the state of Texas, both have to sign. So at this time, A is the correct answer. But it could also be C. In my experience, anytime a couple is married and one wants to sell, the spouse needs to sign. Okay? Whether the spouse likes it or not, they have to sign. Yet, for the exam, the answer is 105A. That's a trick question. Yes, Anna. See, in my experience of how I've dealt with clients, I would have said 105C, both Jessica and her husband, even though he doesn't own it. But legally, right, she owns it. Because let's say on this rental property, he's doing repairs. Maybe he's helping pay for, make the monthly payment on it. He may not be on title and he may not be on the loan. However, he's helping. So Texas is a community state property. So then the husband would have some kind of rights to any income or any investment that he's helping with. Because now any income that comes in is joint because it's current, right? And any expenses that he contributes to, that can make him legally a part owner of that property. So it is a tricky question. The most accurate answer they're saying is A, because she's the only owner. Okay, 106. In walking through the Miller mansion with her customer, an out-of-state buyer, salesperson Judy Jones, notices that there is evidence of recent flooding in a corner of the utility room. Knowing that the dry season has already begun, Judy decides to keep the information to herself. Her conduct is what? Disclose, 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 right? When we know material facts. So what? Her conduct is what? A, acceptable because she is not the employee of the listing agent. So here's, and walking through the Miller mansion with her customer. Okay, wait a minute. Customer, okay? An out-of-state buyer, but we still need to state facts. Salesperson Judy Jones notices that there is evidence of recent flooding. So right now, because it's a customer, they don't have fiduciary. However, we do have honesty and being careful with that person. So B, unacceptable because she must disclose pertinent facts about the property. C, acceptable because she does not represent the seller. D, unacceptable because as a real estate licensee, she is a subagent of the seller. Okay, so far I see answers 6B, 106B, B. Okay, I have 3 BBBs. 106B, Judy should make known any material facts, right? That's what I mentioned. That what do we do? Disclose any material facts that we are aware of. This is not a fiduciary duty. This is being honest and stating facts about the property that are evident from an obvious visual observation or that come to her knowledge. Okay, so that was 106B. All right, number 107. Oops. Oh, that's a long one. If I were in the exam, I'd say I will put that for review and come back to it later. Real estate salesperson Sam is preparing an offer for the purchase of the property located at 1836 Bluebonnet Boulevard and is not sure of the legal description of the property. To complete paragraph 2 of the Texas Real Estate Commission's 1-4 family residential contract form, he should do what? A, call the listing company and obtain the legal description from whoever answers the phone. B, obtain the description from the county appraisal district, making certain that he obtains the lot, block, and section numbers as well as the correctly spelled name of the subdivision. C, fill in the street address for now and fill in other blanks after everyone else has signed and he has had an opportunity to verify the accuracy of the information. D, use the information given in the MLS data even though he is reasonably certain that it is incomplete and probably inaccurate. So what? We've got to do our own due diligence, right? So Vernica says 107B. So does Leon. So does Anna. Ta-da! 107B. Okay? So licensee has to be competent and verify the correct legal description from the county records. And we can obtain that from online, from the county, Bear County Appraisal District information online, which we use, or I use it faithfully. Maybe a lot of realtors don't, but I do. And I do 3 counties. 107, because I also practice real estate in South Texas, 4 hours south of here, where I moved from. Okay, which one was it? 107B, right? Was that it? 107B, yeah. Okie dokie, next page. Last 3 for tonight. And we're done with exam 2. Okay, number 108. Which one of the following is authorized by statute of promulgate forms for mandatory use by real estate brokers and salespersons? So, mandatory use. A, broker law committee. So, okay, which of the following is authorized by statute to promulgate forms? So, who is authorized to create forms, okay, that we legally use? A, broker lawyer committee. B, Texas Association of Realtors. C, Texas Real Estate Commission. D, Texas Attorney General's Office. So who is authorized by state to promulgate forms for mandatory use? So there is a group that creates those forms, right? Those legal documents. Vernica says C. Who else? C. So 108C. The Texas Real Estate, was it 108 or 107? 108. The Texas Real Estate License Act creates the Broker-Lawyer Committee to draft and recommend forms to the Texas Real Estate Commission and empowers only the Texas Real Estate Commission to promulgate and publish forms for mandatory use. So 108, Texas Real Estate Commission, right? There's a committee within TREC, okay, that, oh shoot, my kitty cat. See my kitty cat? Morris just jumped on my desk. So which of, Morris, come on, kitty, no. You're gonna mess up my screen. Sorry, guys. Kitty wants to go out. Morris. Oh my goodness. So 108C. It's like having kids, okay? They want your attention when we're busy, because they are my kids. I have two of them, a senior citizen one and a kitten. Okay, so within TREC, there is a broker-lawyer committee that actually develops those forms, right? There's 6 lawyers, 6 brokers, and 1 civilian, right? But which of the following is authorized, okay, to promulgate the forms for mandatory use? That is TREC, because that's who we get our real estate license from. Lots of laugh. Yes, I love animals and kids. And so, but I tell you what, I have to make sure I save whatever I'm doing, because like right now, right? My screen started going crazy, started changing because he starts stepping on my keyboard, right? So there's my keyboard, and I have 3 screens, and there's my ring light, which I use for videotaping, and that's a big kitty. So I have to stand up my keyboard, because otherwise, they'll start making things happen. Okay, 109. According to the Texas Real Estate Commission, TREC, canons of professional ethics and conduct, to whom do Texas brokers owe the duties of fidelity, integrity, and competence? A, every buyer and seller. B, clients. C, Texas Real Estate Commission. D, customers. So who do we owe our fiduciary responsibilities to? Fidelity, integrity, and competence. Okay, see, Anna says 109B. Oh, wow. Yeah, he's big, Marion. And he's like 7 years old. Yeah, I adopted him from another realtor. All right, let's see. Clients. Veronica says every buyer and seller. Oh, wait a minute. Who do we owe duties to? Do we owe them to just buyers and sellers who are considered customers, prospects? 109B. Thanks everybody for participating. So as in every state, Texas licensees owe undivided loyalty and fidelity to clients for whom they work for. Remember that a licensee works for clients and works with customers. We owe honesty and care to customers, but we don't owe them loyalty or the right to negotiate or share information that is not public. We can show whatever is public information, but the answer is 109B. Okay, A is buyer and seller. They're not clients. So A is like C, like D. They're customers. They're prospects. They're not clients. It would have said principal and principal. So the buyer is the principal to an agreement. The seller is also the principal to an agreement. Okay? So it wouldn't be to every buyer and seller, only to those that have a signed agreement, agency agreement, with the brokerage, and those are called clients. Okay, 109B. The word here is to every buyer and seller. No. See, a buyer could be a customer. We wrote a contract for them. However, they didn't sign a buyer rep agreement. So that buyer is a customer. And if a seller is a for sale by owner and they don't want to sign a listing agreement, they're also a customer. Okay, so our fiduciary responsibility would be to whoever signs an agreement or a contract with us. 109B. Okay, Virginia, and who else answered A? Vernica, got it? Next question for the night, Wednesday, October 21st. So the last question is 110 from exam 2. Which of the following is not registered, licensed, certified, or regulated by Texas Real Estate Commission? A, appraisers. B, residential service contract companies. C, residential rental locators. Or D, easement and right-of-way agents. So which one is not licensed by TREC? So the answer here is A. TREC does not license appraisers. Appraisers are licensed and certified by the Texas Appraiser Licensing and Certification Board. Hi, Tanisha. Were you on the other live? I didn't see your name. But the, okay, TREC. No, so TREC licenses all B, C, and D, but TREC does not license A. Okay, which of the following is not registered, licensed, certified, or regulated by Texas Real Estate Commission? Appraisers. Appraisers have the own board that licensing them. Texas Appraiser Licensing and Certification Board. Okay, so that's who TREC does not license. That's 110. What was it? A. All right, so. Okay, so that is the last question for today. It is 7:59, so we. Okay, well, my cat is also saying it's over. Well, he's covering the screen. So thank you for your patience today. Hopefully, see, that's what I love to do is snorkel and scuba dive. See, this is what it's telling me when I try to get on to my Facebook group online. You can post questions or suggestions within the group or within the messenger group that I've added you to. I think you're on a messenger group already, Tanisha. If you aren't, send me a message on Messenger so that I can add you to the group, because I think there's almost 100 people on that messenger group for Texas. I have 3 different groups. So any questions, post them on the messenger group or within the Facebook group. All right, thanks for attending.